If you want to be getting peak performance out of yourself, you don't need TRT. Your balls can produce all of the testosterone that you need, and here's how to ensure your balls are producing. And stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give you 3 tips that you absolutely need to avoid, or the first 5 are gonna be absolutely useless. So we know testosterone is important, but what specifically does it do? Low testosterone makes it harder for your body to build muscle and bone, and easier for it to gain fat. Low T also contributes to erectile dysfunction and anxiety and depression. Having higher testosterone will not only support muscle growth, but also give you that manly urge to hunt. Maybe not for food these days, but to get after what you want. Maybe that's finding the perfect woman. Maybe that's getting the promotion or starting a business or competing in your sport of choice. We have 5 major contributing factors to naturally producing as much testosterone as you can. Number 1 is adequate calorie intake. Processes in our body take energy, and making testosterone is no different. By limiting your caloric intake, your body is going to shift its priority to more essential functions at the detriment of producing testosterone. Ensure you're eating adequate calories by auditing your meal frequency, your caloric density of your meal choices, and your activity day to day. If you're constantly feeling tired, sleeping poorly, having inadequate bowel movements, or performing poorly, most likely you're not eating enough. Number 2 is adequate nutrient intake. Testosterone is actually made from cholesterol. However, your body can create enough cholesterol if you're not eating enough of it from food. But there are some other nutrients that are more important to focus on. Important nutrients include protein, zinc, selenium, magnesium, and fiber. Focus on getting in high quality sources of lean protein, many of which are also good sources of magnesium, such as lean cuts of steak, shellfish, and low-fat dairy. Mix in some nuts to your meals or snacks, which are good sources of magnesium, selenium, and fiber to feed your gut microbiome. Number 3 is sleep quality and quantity. Sleep is essential for your health in almost every single way imaginable. Poor sleep quality, like waking up throughout the night or from mouth breathing, and poor sleep quantity, like from staying up late and still waking up early, can reduce your testosterone by as much as 10 to 15%. This effect can be considered when you consider that sleep regulates things like appetite, stress, and recovery, all of which we need to be really good to ensure that we're building muscle. I made a whole video on improving your sleep quality utilizing nutrition tactics, which I will link in the card up above in the corner, so you can watch that one after you finish watching this one. Number 4, reducing stress. We know that stress wreaks havoc on our body, and testosterone is no different. Specifically, long-term psychological stress like you would get from a financial or family situation, or if you have poor coping skills, can decrease your testosterone by inhibiting its production. The best way to reduce psychological stress is by just taking care of yourself. For example, eating nutrient-dense foods, sleeping better, or learning better coping mechanisms like journaling, meditation, or speaking with a licensed therapist. Although psychological stress can be detrimental to testosterone levels, short-term, planned, physical stress can actually increase testosterone. Which brings us to number 5, lifting weights. Now, lifting weights really only provides a short burst of testosterone release that has no real significant impact on building muscle or any other reason why you may want higher testosterone. However, consistently lifting weights along with appropriate cardiovascular exercise and other positive lifestyle changes can increase testosterone by overall making your body healthier. Be careful though, overtraining, specifically from too much volume, will actually decrease your testosterone. So make sure you lift weights with a good lifting program, periodize to your goals, and take adequate rest to recover. Now that you've made it this far, let's talk about those 3 things that will tank your testosterone. The first is alcohol consumption. Alcohol is estrogenic, which means it makes your body produce estrogen. Estrogen and testosterone compete for the same resources. So that means if you're making more estrogen, you can't make as much testosterone. Reduce your alcohol consumption as much as possible, especially daily drinking and binge drinking episodes. The second is excess body fat. Body fat, much like alcohol, is estrogenic. That being said, having a little bit of extra body fat or just being a little less lean than normal is not a problem, so don't worry about it. But if you have quite a bit of extra body fat, then those cells may be signaling to your body to make more estrogen. Don't just focus on losing body fat though. Focus on all of the tips that we've talked about in this video so that you can lose body fat and gain muscle concurrently to get the best results. The third is environmental toxins, for example, from phthalates or parabens. Plastics have been a big topic recently, and there's starting to be sufficient evidence to say that avoiding them is most likely beneficial, although we do still need quite a bit of research. Parts of these plastics, namely parabens and phthalates, get into your body through utilizing beauty products that get on your skin or from the kitchenware that gets into your food. Start looking for beauty products like shampoo, face wash, and sunscreen that are more natural. These products usually get a bad rap because they tend to not work as well, but you'll be getting rid of those nasty side effects. In the kitchen, switch to glass containers, silicone cookware, and non-toxic cooking pans. And never heat anything up in plastic. What strategies do you take to support your natural testosterone production? And if you're tired of the old basic nutrition tips to achieve peak performance, then check out this video I made about advanced nutrition tips to achieve maximum performance.